Hello, my name is Greta and I'm the product owner for Fiery Command Workstation, Fiery Hot Folders and a load of other stuff. Today I want to show you a new tool called the Fiery Driver Configurator. This is a tool allowing administrators to customize their own Fiery drivers for deployment. Now, why would we make such a thing? Well, we receive many requests from the field for a simplified print driver with less options. However, from our research, there's no one fixed set of options or features that suit every site or even a majority of sites. So now, instead, you can make your own. So Fiery Driver Configurator is a Windows application which creates customized Fiery drivers, and we have a Mac tool as well to create Mac drivers. I'll give you a live demo. So this is the tool. We tried to make it as simple as possible. Select the printer driver, customize, and then export. So first I'll select my driver. Here's one I've already got on my desktop, but if you're browsing to one you've just downloaded, for example, go into Print Drivers, PS Driver, and locate the INF file. And now you can choose to connect to the Fiery server for better results. What we mean by that is that this will allow you to edit bidirectional fields such as paper catalog, expert color, and it also shows installed options, finishes, that sort of stuff. So if your Fiery is available on the network, I do recommend connecting to it. When you click connect, we show the standard discovery dialog or connect to server, the same as Command Workstation and Hot Folders, which will find your Fiery, or of course you can type in the name, and mine's already here. Once you click on Edit, we show Job Properties. Now it's the same job properties you're used to seeing in Command Workstation and our other tools, with a few small changes though. So first of all, there are some lock icons, and this allows you to lock down a setting. Now when it's locked, it means that when the end user sees this in their driver, it's going to be grayed out. They'll be able to see what the settings are set to, but they can't change anything. And you can also choose to hide settings. Now this will be completely hidden. They won't see this setting in their driver, and there won't even be a gap where it was. All the other settings below it will move up. Right, so in this case, I'm going to choose to show the color mode, but I'm going to default it to grayscale. So you can choose the defaults for every single option in the print driver, as well as hiding and locking them. You can also choose to hide whole tabs or lock whole tabs. So if I say hide tab, it's going to hide every option on this tab. You can see that all the eye icons are now crossed out, and the value will be hidden from the user in the driver. Once all options in a tab are hidden, the tab itself will also be hidden, so there'll be no color tab showing up. This is also a quick way if you want to hide everything except one or two options. You can hide the tab and then say, look, just show color mode and composite overprint. Now everything else in the tab will be hidden except those two, and I've chosen color mode to default to grayscale. For the sake of demonstration, I'm going to go extreme. I'm going to hide the image tab, hide finishing, hide VDP, hide stamping, layout, yeah, I'm going to hide that too. Let's say in media, I'm going to hide everything except a few options which I think maybe a basic Office user might use. So I'm going to say hide tab and then just show a few things: paper catalog, media color, output paper size, or let's say input tray, coating weight. That'll do it. Now everything else, including mixed media, is going to be completely hidden. They'll only see those things I've chosen to reveal. And I'll leave the other tabs as they are. Okay, now we just choose a location to export the driver. You can also choose to save a customization file for Mac drivers. Now that requires taking that file to a Mac and using a separate tool, which I'll show you in the PowerPoint. So just browse to any location, click Save. Now it's creating your customized driver. So drivers exported successfully. Please use the Setup exe to install the customized driver. That's important. Using our Setup tool or Setup executable will allow the customization files to be installed successfully. If you don't and you try just using the Add Printer wizard and browse to the INF file, you won't get the customization. Same with Mac, please use the wizard that we provide. And now I'll install the driver that I just created. Here it is here, under Print Drivers, PS Driver, there's that Setup executable. And this will run the Install Shield wizard, which brings up part of the Add Printer wizard. You can run through the setup. Okay, next. Yes, I accept the EULA. I'm going to add it as a local printer. Of course, it's not on LPT1, but just for the sake of demonstration. Select my driver and mark this as custom. And that's it. Okay, my driver is installed. Now I'll show you what it looks like. Into Devices and Printers, and then right mouse click and Printing Preferences. Okay, look at this. A much reduced driver. So you can see that I've hidden a whole lot of tabs. I hid the Stamping, Image, VDP, Finishing tab, and Layout tab. And in color, I hid everything except for color mode and composite overprint, and I set the color mode to grayscale by default. Under media, I hid everything except for these few paper selections, and then I left job info alone. That's as it was. So you can see a much customized driver. This is an extreme example, of course, but you can just show whatever the end user needs. So just a few more notes about that. So as I said, you can show and hide any options and tabs, you can lock and unlock any options and tabs, and you can set the defaults for every single option. There is a Mac version of the configurator which blends the customization file generated by the Windows tool, and you take that and blend it with a Mac driver. So for example, you customize on Windows, choose to save that configuration file for Mac, and there it is there. Move that to a Mac computer and then download a Mac driver, and this tool will smush them together into one customized Mac driver. There's a reason why you have to do this extra step, and there's a separate Mac tool, and that is because Windows can't create Mac installers. So on a Mac, files have certain hidden file attributes, which allows the Mac to tell what type of file it is. They're often called resource forks. Windows operating system doesn't respect those. It throws them away. So we can't make a valid Mac installer from a Windows tool. That's why we made a separate Mac tool as well. Okay, the operating system supported for the tool is macOS 10.7 and higher, Windows XP and higher, and you're going to need new Fiery drivers, Fiery Driver 5 and higher, to work with the Fiery Driver Configurator. The good news is they're available on our website, well, many of them right now. So where can you get it? The Fiery Driver Configurator tool is available in our Download Center now. When you go there, grab the configurator, grab our newest Fiery Printer Delete utility. You'll need that to clean up your customized drivers and previous drivers, and grab a compatible Fiery driver. Look for FD50 in the file name. I'll show you what I mean. So here's our support and download site. I'm going to go to Download Center, into Fiery Drivers and Utilities. And now under Application Software and Tools and Fiery Driver, you can see here is Fiery Driver Configurator. We've also got a note up here talking about Fiery Driver Configurator, but it's inside Driver. And if I click on Find, here's the tool for Windows and Mac. So the Windows, it's only 45 meg, on Mac it's only 5 meg. So grab those. There's also a link to the HTML help file. That help file is also linked into the tool itself too, so you don't have to download it separately from here, but it's there in case you need it. And while you're there, you'll need to get a compatible Fiery driver. Right, so in that case, you're going to need a Fiery Driver 5. I'm going to pick a random product. I don't want to play favorites, but if you look at this product and look at, for example, Windows, click on Find. If the file name has FD5 inside it, like this, then that means you know it's a Fiery Driver 5. Also, any one that's posted as listing for 10.11, if it supports 10.11, it's also a Fiery Driver 5, because we have to release new drivers in order to support that operating system. So if you click on 10.11, and you'll see here, here's the Mac driver, FD5. So you know that will be compatible with the Fiery Driver Configurator. We've posted about 150 new drivers on Fiery Driver 5 on our website over the last couple of months. So I'm talking November, December 2015. So you should find them for the latest products. Okay, just a few more points about that Fiery Driver 5, and this is apart from the configurator tool. There's some good reasons to download the newer drivers even if you're not customizing, and that's because they're Windows 10 compatible, they're macOS 10.11 compatible. In fact, they're the only drivers from Fiery that'll work on 10.11. And we've got some launch time performance improvements. And by that I mean when you click on full properties, these launch faster than the previous drivers. We've optimized them. They also include an automatic driver updater. So if there's a critical fix from EFI that can make your driver better, it'll come up and say, hey, there's an update. But don't worry, it won't do it too often. And of course, the drivers are compatible with Fiery Driver Configurator. There are some daylight saving times fixes in there. We had some sites reported on Windows 2012 servers some problems when daylight savings times changes. If you've seen that, grab the latest drivers, they're all good. So that's just a few reasons why without customization it's worth grabbing the new Fiery Driver 5s, and if you do want to customize, of course, they're essential. So just some additional notes. The Fiery Driver Configurator supports all 19 languages that our Fiery drivers do. That's all 19 possible languages. Your product may support a subset of those languages. And when using the tool, use a one-to-one language match. For example, if you want to run create a French customized driver, use a French Windows in order to run Fiery Driver Configurator. It'll run in French, and then you can spin French drivers. And just a tip, remove all the Fiery drivers first using the latest Fiery Printer Delete utility that's on the website. Also use this to remove the customized drivers. And to install the customized drivers, use that driver setup exe or that wizard that I showed you, not the operating system add printer wizard, just so you see your customizations. So that's it. Thank you for your time and have a good day.